This morning, we're kicking off a special two-day series, Kids Inc., today's brand-savvy tweens, excuse me. If you've got a child between the age of 8 and 12, you know they have a big influence on what we spend our money on. In fact, they account for more than $40 billion in spending power. With the help of marketing expert Martin Lindstrom, we set up a tween focus group to see just how brand-savvy they are. Meet our tween focus group: Kayla, Carlos, Patrick, Ruben, Carolina, Gabriella, Olivia, and Elise. The tweens' first task is to listen to a short sound clip.
Are you ready?
And then name that brand.
Here's the next one. Yep.
Mac?
That's right.
Pixar.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, the Wii.
Wii, you knew that? Yeah. Here comes the next one. This is tricky. You know?
NBC.
Next is the smell test. All of the kids are blindfolded and can only smell the product.
Oh, I know that smell.
Don't say anything.
I don't like that smell. Oh, I know what it is. Every kid knows that.
On one, you're going to say what brand it is. 3, 2, 1.
Play-Doh!
You're pretty good. Are you ready for the second test now?
Oh, I know what it is. Oh, I know it.
3, 2, 1.
Crayola!
Superman, you couldn't recognize it. This is the last one. You ready? Here it comes.
I had that before. I don't know what it is. Oh, I know what it is.
3, 2, 1.
Baby powder.
Next is the brand collage board, but only parts of the logo or symbol are visible. Still, the kids are able to identify many of the brands.
And this?
Kellogg's.
And this?
Pepsi.
And this?
MTV.
And this?
Nike.
A few of them even recognize some very adult brands.
Who knew this was Gucci? You knew this? How can you see that? There's no logo.
The G.
Oh, the G. Okay. Who knew this one?
Tiffany.
Is this expensive or cheap?
Expensive.
It is.
And with no logo or written words, just a scantily clad model, these kids know exactly what brand this is.
So here,
Abercrombie and Fitch.
there's no logo, no name.
When you walk in, they have that picture.
Next, the kids are allowed to choose any item they want from this table. Some of the items are from high-end designers or popular department stores, but a few of the items are generics from street vendors.
I chose Abercrombie jeans. I've never actually owned a pair.
Why do you like this one?
I thought the belt was really cool.
Do you like this brand?
I've never heard of it, but I like it.
Do you know this brand?
Chanel. Oh, Chanel.
Why did you choose that?
Well, I thought we were going to keep them, so I thought I would get something that's really expensive.
Oh, yeah.
With the focus group almost over, the tweens talk openly about brands and what they mean.
There's this girl that's mean that everybody doesn't like. And so she tries to get back at them by saying, hey, where did you get that shirt? The 99-cent store?
So let's say you come to school and there is a person always wearing only Walmart, Kmart. No. What does it say about that person if they wear that type of brand?
It might say that they don't have as much money as they would be able to pay for another store.
But let's say you have a person which always wear Abercrombie & Fitch. Tell me about that person.
Well, I think that person's kind of snotty.
Snotty, yeah.
They're just like walking around like, oh my God, I got the most expensive clothes.
At 9, 10, and 11 years old, these tweens already know a lot about brands. But what they don't know is that their parents have been watching them the entire time. Martin Lindstrom. Martin, good to see you.
Good to see you.
By the time they're 14 years old, they're bombarded by hundreds of thousands of images, some subtle, some not so subtle. Is that a good thing? I mean, the fact that they're so savvy, is that perhaps a good thing?
Well, the good news here is, if there is any good news, that as they are very savvy, they're very critical too. And a lot of marketing people right now are struggling getting hold of them because they are actually better than they are in order to promote brands.
Marketers use some real distinct strategies to get to that group right there. And one of the most important and popular strategies is peer pressure. How does it work?
Well, it's scary because I think when you were a kid and when I was a kid, we were not really affected by it. Were you affected by it?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, Converse sneakers, everybody wanted Converse sneakers.
But, you know, this generation, 67% of all kids wear the right labels in school because they're afraid of being teased if they're not wearing them. More than 1/3 actually are teased every day in school. And what these companies are doing in general is actually to put a peer pressure on kids. So if you take the gaming manufacturers, for example, what they do is to recruit between 1,000 and 2,000 kids. And they then ask those kids to keep a secret with them. And they're typically very cool kids who are really unique in the school. They pay them money to talk about the games. And guess what? It goes to stars when it comes to the revenue.
The other thing the companies do is they create something, a product, and then they make it scarce. They make a limited edition, and of course, if something's scarce, kids want it even more.
Yeah, and normally we would say you're not affected by that, but we actually are, all of us, including kids. It's a little bit the same as if you go into a museum and it says on the sign, do not touch.
Right.
I want to touch it, right?
Exactly.
And that's the same case here. What happens is that when you can't get hold of things, you want to get hold of it. And a lot of companies are doing that. Think about Apple, the iPhone and iPod. Think about the Elmo. Do you remember the Elmo?
Yeah, sure.
It sold 250,000 Elmos just in one day.
I think the one that gets me the most, I see the billboards for Abercrombie and Fitch all the time where they don't actually show a product. They just show some buff body as if to say, if you want to be like this person, you'll go shop at Abercrombie. It's a very powerful campaign.
It is, and it's what we call indirect communication because there's no logos. So I'm not aware if I'm affected by it at all, but I really am in the end of the day.
Fascinating stuff. Martin Lindstrom, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it. Coming up tomorrow, how the parents reacted to that focus group you saw a little earlier.